Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street. Finally some videos for you guys out there. Been a bit of a crazy few days. Internet has been terrible, but here I am on hotspot. So guys, MTV, the roadmap is finally here. However, I think personally this is an absolutely appalling roadmap presentation. So guys, bear in mind, where can I start with this? Right, so obviously the end of December, the MTV CEO leaves. We have a new one coming in immediately, transition the team, taking their time. Absolutely understandable. Totally get it. From a business perspective, marketing, whatever, totally get it. Now, when they said that a roadmap will be coming end of January or early February, that passed. We get to a point in early February, they say the roadmap is coming in February. Fantastic, cool, that's fine. We'll chill out, relax. But when they bring it out, they bring you a Medium article. Now, I've just checked the website. The roadmap hasn't updated. Okay, so this is really, from an investor's perspective, okay, key things you look at, right? White papers, you may look at some other videos and YouTubers, etc. Absolutely normal behavior. And you would normally have like an actual documentation here for the roadmap because you want to know, okay, what's coming in the future? Like, where's my money? If I invest now, what's my money going to look like in a few months' time or a year's time based on what they're going to try and achieve? Now, not everything on the roadmap always gets achieved, right? That's understandable. But to not have this updated is a bit ridiculous because you should in theory have this all happening at the same time. My second point is this. Okay, this has come out literally 4 or 5 hours ago, depending on when you're watching this video and when you've seen it yourselves. Okay, now all I've seen from MultiVac for the last couple of months, understandably, is pretty much gap filling with MTV, NFTs, the marketplace, all this stuff. Like pretty much everyone else is doing. I sort of sat there, not necessarily promoting MTV. I believe in the technology. If the words on their website and what they're doing technologically is to go by, I stand by it. Absolutely. And of course NFTs and things are part of the system like they are with multitude of different other protocols, blockchains and layer protocols. So it's a bit annoying to be watching that the next couple of months or the last couple of months, sorry. We're literally in March tomorrow, and I haven't really seen anything majorly exciting come out of MTV. Okay, this is quite disappointing because people were sort of umming and ahhing, do I hold on to my MTV, do I keep it, do I sell it, whatever. So this is the roadmap, guys. Okay, by the way, no dates, and I'm not majorly angry about that. I think as long as you got some key points in there, hopefully they distribute this into a roadmap. But I don't know, I'm kind of frustrated. Like, I'll stay strong to MTV, MultiVac, and I will still accumulate. But there will come a point eventually where people are going to start getting annoyed. Let's just have a quick look at these. Wrapped token we've already known about anyway, of course, but it's still obviously important for this in terms of when it sort of generates the new applications that it wants on its system. The hackathon, pretty much interesting. So super processing power has the potential to attract different application possibilities. We are waiting for imaginative developers to surprise us. Now, hackathon is not new. This is something that every project does, to be honest, or most projects do to enhance their systems, invite people to come on and help develop the program, etc. MTVR NFT marketplace for community projects. Right. Well, that's fine. We already know the marketplace is out, and you're suggesting that loads of NFT projects are eagerly waiting to enter the platform. Okay, well, that's expected. Ecosystem grant program. We aim to support great developers and help them build apps on MultiVac. Well, that's not really a roadmap, is it? I mean, if they're going to add the grant program, fantastic. I mean, again, a lot of projects are doing a fiat on ramp. We expect allowing users to exchange fiat currencies for MTV, limited to some countries. That's cool. I think a lot of projects have been adopting that for the last sort of 6 to 12 months. Nothing majorly new there. Okay, so this is maybe where the most important parts are coming. So this is kind of like the ecosystem construction, which we pretty much already covered in many videos ages ago. And I think pretty much everyone expects these as bare minimums now for protocols. So what we got here, Explorer update. MultiVac will provide a more feature-rich Explorer to accommodate a variety of different applications. Well, I think that's pretty much kind of imitating that point, plus a bit more, I guess. MultiVac Web3 protocol. Of course, Web3 is going to be a dominating topic, in my opinion, for 2022 and certainly the years to come. Provide a complete Web3 interface protocol as a brand new internet infrastructure to serve various apps. Would like a bit more detail on that. Hopefully they will expand on this, but you've got things like B Pro and who have just obviously done the big acquisition or have been acquired. They're huge in Web3 interface protocols and developing the internet structure. So very interesting to see how MultiVac are going to compete with those kind of projects. MultiVac mainnet updates continuously evolve to adapt to the ever-changing blockchain. That's not really a roadmap, is it? That's just the general normal thing you would expect a project to be doing. Always consistently trying to update its system. Okay, it's not really... Anyway, mainnet code audit and mainnet token listing, not fully controlled by the MultiVac team. With every interaction of the mainnet, there may be many changes. The code audit is an essential and must-do job. And must-do job? What? I don't know who's written this. The mission of decentralization, personal node client, MultiVac is destined to be different. I'm not even going to read the rest of this, guys. I think this is actually like... I think this is disrespecting investors, to be honest. If I'm brutally honest, I think it's disrespecting investors. I was expecting a lot more from this, to be honest. Quite disappointing. Let's see. I don't even want to read this. This isn't even helpful to anyone. Like, as an investor now, I'm sat there with a load of tokens, and I'm thinking, well, what's happening in 2020? I haven't even been told anything that's happening in 2022 in here, in my opinion. I just don't see anything standing out. I mean, if you go on their website, you've got key approaches of what they've been doing. What's this coming? What's this coming? And then I'm like, well, they're not really... I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments below. I'm quite disappointed with this, to be honest. I'm never usually ruthless or angry with projects. But this one, as you know, in many videos in recent times, been late to the party with MultiVac, very excited about it. Of course, no one can help when CEOs leave, especially if it's for health reasons and stuff. That's not a problem to me. The problem is the reaction, and the reaction was quite good initially with the AMA and stuff. But don't bring something out like this. Goodness me, wait a bit. I'd rather they just said, I'm really sorry, been very busy, we will have the roadmap next month. You might annoy a few people, but this, I think, will annoy more people. I'm really interested to see some of the comments from people, if they match my opinion. So the much anticipated roadmap for 2022 is finally here. This is gearing up to be a great year. I hope so. Let's have a look at a few of these. Sorry, but... I had to like this one when I read it. I haven't read any more of the ones down here. Let's read this one first. Sorry, but this is not a roadmap. It's a document written in a hurry. No dates, no details. Absolutely agree with that. This is not worthy of a big project. I'm very disappointed. It's time to think about hiring worthy marketing people and working on new exchanges. Well, sometimes you get PR agencies to make these mediums. I don't know who's written this. I don't really want to point them out or anything like that. I'm not about that kind of thing. People make mistakes. People do the best they can whenever they can. Not much new and not even broken down into quarterly goals. Totally agree. Appreciate that they had put out the roadmap as they were. It would have been great if they had established specific dates, but well, then we will believe that much of this will take place this year. Okay, well, that's pretty much all we can do, my friend. Love it. What a year it's going to be. Interesting. Would like to know what they think. Fiat Web3, long-term staking. So this is all getting a bit more positive as you go further down, which is good, I guess, for some people. But again, I just, even these people are just writing out what they put in there, and it isn't giving you any information as to how they're going to do it, what they're going to do, any time frames. Not going to read that out. But yeah, I think you can see what I'm reading there. Looks very promising. Would be great to see dates, or at least roadmap organized by quarter. All the best. Why am I'm the only disappointed? Where are the specific dates? I think everyone's getting hung up on the dates for sure. I think that is annoying, but I think as long as a project can at least list things properly and go, we don't have definitive dates, but these are our goals. I don't know. Would have liked dates. Pretty much everyone's about dates. Took 2 months to put together 10 sentences. I'm gonna have to retweet that one. That's actually quite funny. So guys, let us know what you think about that in the comments below. I'm not impressed. Hopefully they'll react with this with an improvement on the website, perhaps in the roadmap aspect there, and maybe hopefully expand on these points a bit more. I think they're not going to appreciate. They put this tweet out at 4 p.m. So 4 or 5 hours ago. It's not got a gigantic amount of engagement just yet. Interested to know, because there's not a massive amount of comments either, to be honest. What we just look. Oh, to be fair, my internet's pretty poor, so it's probably going to take about a century to load up anyway. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's jump into the chart, guys, because I'm really interested to see any kind of visible patterns that may have concurred from this roadmap. Well, of course, if we can see on KuCoin data here, I'm just going to pull this up so we can see the exact price. Still not 1 cent yet, but a good reaction today looks like from the roadmap. So I guess any news is good news. We've been waiting for some time for sure. So that's a really good reaction, in my opinion, taking us from a low today of 0.0069, so very much 7, and to a high today. I don't think it broke the 9th of a cent, 0.009. It got as high as 0.0085, has indeed retraced since then back to these testing levels that we saw a few days ago on the 25th, 26th of February, up at these periods. Very interesting because as we've seen in the data previously, we're trying to test some areas where we pretty much drop straight through resistance and support. So I think we're going to see maybe a bit of sideways trading here for a bit longer before we might see some kind of reaction from MTV. It's interesting because clearly some good profits were taken here. I don't think the positions are gigantic, but I guess it depends on how much volume you've got in there yourselves and whatnot. I personally haven't been doing much with MTV other than trying to accumulate at these lower levels. I do think still in the back of my mind, technologically, it's fantastic. Disappointed with the roadmap presentation, but if they can sort that out and be a bit more definitive in what they're trying to do, I might be a bit more excited, because right now I'm not going to put more money in just yet until I see some, even if there's a big FOMO element to this chart coming up, who knows. I'm not going to do anything until I see more concrete information, because this is like your money, right? You want to invest in proper information. So there's a few things to consider. As we've mentioned, we're touching here very much so on this lower end of the fib retracement part on the macro level. So it's very interesting, and hopefully we'll see some stabilization over this particular area and try and then accommodate a push forward. There's a lot of speculation out there about obviously what's going on in the world right now. It's crazy. We won't go into detail of that, of course. But in reality it does affect markets. But what's interesting is the reaction. We had the dip downs a couple of days ago and a good reaction across most charts, to be honest, in a positive way, upward trajectory. But of course this might just be a falsified move. We'll have to see. But yeah, if we can get some stabilization from MTV, that's going to help it out for a bit. And we're up 1% on the week. You see on the indicator here on the right hand side, 19% or pretty much 20% up on the month, which is still pretty good. We're still very much down on the 3 months, but as is most projects, to be honest, since probably, I reckon, it was around November time last year, to be honest, it all started coming down and taking this time to come back. Albeit, to be fair, that has reduced, I think, since the last video we did. 6 months, understandable, but still 1,500 up on the year. So it's clear that a majority of people are happy with what they've seen today. So yeah, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. On the MACD, guys, we're in still a bear mode. That's why I'm talking about this potential sideways movement coming for a bit. We're not out of the woods yet. We're not certainly, in my opinion, going to be shooting up crazily unless there's some, in my opinion, rapid generation of what they've released today. I'm quite surprised. In terms of the RSIs on the other relative strength indexes here, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to the 90-day right now, but it's more important for now for the 14 and 28-day that we've got here. So actually respectable positions. I would say, again, it's not financial advice or anything, just my personal opinion. I'm going to wait a bit to see what the extra reaction is over the next couple of days, to see if I make any sell moves or even indeed buy moves. But these levels are quite timid, I would say. We've had the drop downs back here, but since this sort of big take up here and this drop down, we've had some really good stabilization across this. So I wouldn't be mad if I was thinking to buy that. The risk of it coming down a lot lower is a lot less for sure, but we are entering that kind of middle ground, like very close to that 50 mark. So that's why I'm going to give it a couple of days to see what's going on personally. And on the histogram here, it does show like a small wave reduction here. I do think we're going to have at least 2-3 days, maybe more, before we, like I said, we might see a small switch over into a more positive outcome. One thing I would like to point out though is we obviously had this level off here, 9th, 10th of January, and back down here on the 23rd, 24th. We had this nice uptake, but look at this drop down. If it can maintain this move, it'd be actually quite significant in the sense of the way most markets are looking right now is the higher lows, right? So if we can support this, this could be a really good sign, because we've almost pretty much on 3 occasions in the last week, we've rejected these previous low areas, especially that one here on the 24th of February. Look at that, pretty much a quick rejection it was, and a nice wick there at the bottom end, creating that hammer shape, which we like to see for an upward, albeit a slow movement upwards. So yeah, very interesting indeed to watch that happen. We'll cover MTV, guys, maybe in a few days' time. What will be Monday straight away today, so it's MTV Monday, of course. We'll try and do this at the end of the week, or if anything significant happens between now and then, we'll of course jump on another video. But very interested to see. I'm really anticipating probably some sideways movement, but if we can support as we are right now, we might see a bit more of an uptake as the news of the roadmap trickles out. If you want to call it a roadmap, I can't call it a roadmap. I should call it something else. The Medium article, basically. But guys, I'm gonna wrap that up there. Like I said, do let us know in the comments below what you think about all this. Are you disappointed? Are you happy? Would you like to see more? And in general as well, what you're doing with your MTV assets. Don't need to know your numbers or bags. Please do not represent your bag numbers or anything like that. Just want to know, are you buying, selling, holding out like I am? Let us know. Really interested. We'll catch you in the next MTV video. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.